Everybody, welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name. Tower of Adversity. This is something, if you've been playing sort of Convallaria, you have likely heard about in some regard. Maybe you haven't, but I think most people have. However, I think, literally never even mentioned it on my channel for a couple reasons. Mostly because I don't tend to, like, as soon as a game comes out, people will look like 6 months in the future, a year in the future, and see whatever's the most relevant thing there, and then like they'll just like, I don't know, it just point is that's so far away from me that I just want to play the current game that we currently have. I don't really like looking that far into the future. But Tower of Ascension is not that far in the future anymore. And when I say Tower of Ascension, it's Tower of Adversity. I don't remember what I said the first time. Oops. But it is it's coming. It's gonna be here about a day after this video goes live, maybe sooner, depending on like when, you know, reset happens, yada yada blah blah. But point is, it is here. So if you're not sure what it is, we're gonna kind of just go over what Tower of Adversity is in this video. Really quick, I do got to mention this video is sponsored. Thank you, Sort of Convallaria, for sponsoring the video. I mean, I was probably gonna make the video anyway, let's be honest, but you know what, that being said, here we are with a sponsored content video. So let's go ahead and get into it. What is Tower of Adversity? This is the new end game. To summarize it really quickly here. Basically, you are going to have your account tested to a different level. So there is UD, Universal Derivation or whatever. That can kind of test your entire account, see how many units you have that are viable. This is much smaller. It'll test, I think it's 14, 15 units, something like that. The actual exact number I don't quite have. But you're basically going to need 2 full teams. So yeah, it's probably closer to 12 units, right? 2 teams of 6 is probably what it is. But you're going to need 2 teams. You can't use the same character more than once. You can't share or swap gear over. So you need basically 12 completely built units in order to make it through these stages. And it's basically going to be a bunch of stages. It's going to start, there's going to be 7. There's going to be 7 levels, and each of those levels is going to have 2 stages. So you have to have one team clear one stage, one team clear the other. When they're both cleared, you're going to go to the next level, down to floor 6. As you're clearing down to floor 6, you are just going to get rewards for clearing the stages. They have a thing we're going to show you here in a second. We'll just kind of, I'm trying to summarize it really quick. You're going to get rewards for clearing stuff. A little bit later, so it's a month-long event. I don't know exactly how long later. Maybe it's a couple weeks. Maybe it's just for the last week. That's when they'll release the 7th floor, make it available. And then however well you do on the 7th floor, whatever amount of points you get for completing, you will lose points. Like if you take turns, you have units die, yada, yada, blah, blah. So however well you do you'll go on a ranking, and then you'll earn rewards based on your ranking. So how is this different from other content? And how is it different from the old Tower of Adversity? If you've heard about Tower of Adversity closer to launch, this is a little bit different, as all rewards were based on where you ranked. Basically, you added up points as you went through the floors, and your points put you on the ranking. They got rid of most of that, so floors 1 through 6, I think it was estimated 80 to 90% of all the rewards are now off the ranking system. So you don't need to compete against other players to get the most of the rewards. You're going to be able to just get most of it by playing the game yourself. But like 10% roughly will be competitive. And this is different because you have to lock in 2 teams, and they have to do it. So you actually have to have 2 teams in order to make it viable. So let's kind of look over here. Maybe I could zoom in even a bit more. It might make it a little blurry, but it's okay. So it's going to be, well, here, let's just get to the important part. Actually, I'm kind of interested in this. I've done this boss stage before. This is kind of fun, although I don't really know what they're trying to show here. Still, it's kind of cool. We don't care about the cute stuff. So this is going to be what you get for clearing stages, right? You get the stars, right? You get 3 stars. I don't know how hard it is to get 3 stars versus 2 stars, but generic crap, it's not crap, it's like whatever, but like generic, right? Dust, experience, gold. This is fine. And then hope Luxite is good, and whatever's in the chest, I don't know. But usually it's probably like rank metal, something like that. But this is the premium currency basically for this mode. Now, if we come into the game and we go into the shop and the exchange, right now, the only thing this currency can be used for is here. However, I would recommend you save this for now. is I believe that you are going to be able to convert this currency into the astral weapons. Basically, that's what everyone says. I don't have it in game to prove it, but apparently you're going to be able to use this to get some sort of the astral weapons, the unique ones that you could pull on. So you kind of want to save this currency. Now you'll notice I don't have a lot. That's because I took time off during the events where they had these going on, so I just missed a lot of this. But I got this from the universal derivation. Plus this is the only good one here. This one's terrible. Unnamed legendary gear chest. Oh, unnamed means you get to pick, isn't it? Select one. Okay, it's not terrible. You get to select the one you want. Honestly, the reason this is kind of tempting for me is because I don't have a... I have exactly 0 of the... Is it even on here? Of the Longbow of Martyrs, which is exactly what I want, but it's fine. That's not that important. So, point is, you're going to get the currency for this, and we're expecting the shop to be expanded relatively soon, so you're going to want to save that. The other currency you get here is in the reputation. It is in these. I don't believe this is going to expand. You could probably pretty safely use it, but I would still just hold on everything for a little while until you kind of have a really good idea of what you're going to want, and then hope Luckside is fine. So then we look at the ranking rewards. This is going to be only the Tower 7 stuff, I believe, and I believe this is going to be also titles, and then you'll have a chance to get here. They have a better breakdown of this in the future one. We got 3 images we're going through here. So this is exactly what you'll see, right? So it looks like there's 3 stars here, and then there's an upper zone and a lower zone. You're going to pick a team for one zone, and you're going to pick a team for the other. They're not able to share equipment. That's the big one. That's not much of an issue for weapons, but for me, it's going to be an issue for trinkets, because I still don't have that many trinkets. I got some, but I don't have a ton, mostly because I combine a lot of them, right? I never break down the trinkets, though. I do like them. So you'll have to get through those, and then once they're both through, then that's when you'll get your rewards. They don't have the exact number of what the rewards are going to be, but it'll probably be pretty good. And you can see here, floor 7 is going to be locked, but once you complete the other stages and floor 7's unlocked, once you complete difficulty 7, then you will go on to the leaderboard, and you'll get rankings there. So my understanding is that floor 1 through 4 are going to be very easy for people. This is endgame content, though. Keep that in mind. If you're a new player, this may not be good for you. But I believe if you're level 60, you have level 60 characters, 1 through 4 should be very easy, even if you're like level 55, because I think they're recommended level 60, and you can always punch up. I think once you get to like 5 and 6, I think that's a little bit harder, but my understanding is they're not super hard. And then floor 7 is going to be where people are really kind of cutthroat. But what's important is that 1 through 6, you don't need to compete with people for the rewards. You're going to get the rewards as long as you clear the content. And so most of the rewards are going to be just handed to you if you have a high level account, which is good. Also, there's going to be new bosses and new, like, all kinds of new mechanics here. This looks like, this is trying to give you an example here. Looks like these guys are trying to escape, and you need to help them live before they get killed. Honestly, it's like a combination of a fight and a puzzle. This is actually kind of a nice little small fight, right? This isn't that big. You're not even that outnumbered. Kind of makes me interested here. Also, can I just say, if you look here, a watcher is going to kick ass on this floor. This is all darkness, and they got 1 seeker. That's it. So if you have 1 defender and then you just have like 2 watchers, I mean, Gloria is going to eat these guys up probably, unless their stats are insane, but you never know. But then, yeah, you're going to get points, and then here is the ranking. This is kind of like insanely hard to see. So we're going to zoom in. So if you get the top 95%, you'll get the champion. Legend. I am going to go for the champion myself. We'll see if I can get it. I don't feel like the top 95. The issue is, the reason why this is hard is because if this is on a general sense and out of all the accounts in the game, then this is going to be easy, because it's not like many players are going to get to this point, especially if they're counting dead accounts. But if you're directly competed against other people that are competing on this ladder, that's fucking hard, because the people that get here are going to be serious contenders. So hopefully they're including all the old dead accounts, so we could be in the top 5% pretty easily. But still, honestly, as long as you get one of these titles, I think you have swag. Okay, so these are hard to see, but it looks like, and maybe these numbers are subject to change, right? But you get very little rewards at the rising star, and then so you're definitely going to want to make it. Well, I wonder if these are color coded. The green, yeah, maybe this is the green. I bet it's the top 3 here. I bet these are the ones that come with it. It's kind of hard to tell, but you could retry these stages as much as you want. So these are not very high numbers, right? 40, 60, 80, 130, 120, although I bet this is bugged, because 130 and 120 is probably wrong, and then 150. And you're getting some good rewards. I mean, this stuff is good. It's fine, but none of this is like crazy rewards, right? You're getting most of the rewards ahead of time. So it is nice that you just get to do this mostly for the clout of the titles, because I think that's what it should be. And like yes, there are going to be some rewards. It's a gacha. At the end of the day, there is going to be some incentive for the big spenders to get a little bit more. But for the most part, what they're going to be getting is clout. But yeah, so that's the game mode. It's going to have the 6 stages, or, you know, it's going to start with the 6 levels. Each of those levels is going to have 2 stages. And each of those stages, you need to have a team that you don't share with the other stage. Between levels, you could share, right? It's not like you need to have 100 characters all built. You could just have 2 really good teams. Also, shout out to my Guzman here. And then, yeah, once you get through that, you're just going to get a bunch of rewards. It should also come paired with a store revamp, so we could actually use these to get the astral imprints. That's my guess. I don't know that for sure. But yeah, that is the tower. And I am going to make some guides on the tower. That way you guys will be able to kind of follow my stuff. I am hoping I could replay all the stages. I know you could replay stage 7. I don't know if you could replay the lower stages after you clear them. But I would like to be able to clear it with just whatever team I want, you know, my favorite units or teams that I think are powerful. Then I would like to be able to do a few budget builds as well, kind of like I would do for the old tower when you were going up instead of down. I think that would be kind of cool to be able to try to make some budget teams to see who can get through. Depending on the mutations and stuff, for sure, right? There might be a stage where suddenly it's like, oh, if you're on floor 5, this shit's easy because they don't have any HP percent reduction, right? Like, you could actually just use the old infect strats and make it work. But yeah, we will see. What an interesting team. I actually like this. They don't have a healer, but Dandelion heals himself. Guzman heals himself. I mean, this is an odd team, but I mean, I think it would work. But yeah, guys, that's going to be all. Let's try to keep it relatively concise, but that's all. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye! On the rise, watch the views go.